Boy, everything's gone up so much.
I try to find the best deals for vegetables and fruits, but it's hard. It's really hard.
I feel like almost like I'm like spending as much as I would if I was like going to eat out sometimes.
It's a common complaint that's getting louder. It seems just about everything is costing you more these days. We've all noticed the rising price of groceries and other goods. Question is, will the pocketbook pain continue in 2012? Doug Stevens is a retail industry futurist and the founder of Retail Profit Consulting. He joins us now with his forecast for the year. So, Profit, what's going on? Tell me prices are going down across the board, right?
I wish I could tell you that. No, the bad news is no. Unfortunately, prices in general are not going to go down. That's something we can't look forward to. There's a couple of bright spots, though. One being food. We can expect to not perhaps see the kinds of increases that we saw in 2010, 2011, with 5 and 10% increases in food costs. Some of our commodities are going down a little bit in price, so we can expect to see some moderation maybe on the food side. Clothing as well. Cotton supply is going to be a little bit better, we anticipate anyway, so we can expect to see some moderation in clothing prices. But the good news is we're also going to see some new competition. Target is opening 135 stores in Canada. We've heard a lot about it, and they're going to start opening those stores in 2012. So hopefully that brings a little bit of good downward price pressure in the market, especially in food and clothing.
And while they're arriving, there is some change in the retail industry in terms of Sears. I mean, they're going through some difficulty. Is that going to continue? Will we see others have some trouble?
Yeah, Sears is having a really tough time, and they have had for a number of years. And a lot of it has to do with this erosion of the middle ground that we're seeing in the marketplace. We're seeing luxury retailers doing very, very well. We're seeing deep, deep discounters like dollar stores doing very well in the marketplace. And what's really suffering is the middle ground. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the population in general, the average income earner, just isn't making a lot more money year on year. So we're seeing a lot of pressure in the middle, and at the extremes, discount and luxury, we're seeing great activity.
So prices are going up, but people's incomes aren't keeping pace, it seems.
That's the tough part, yeah.
What are some of the consumer trends that we should keep an eye out for?
There's some really great things happening. One thing is just sort of the media mashup that's taking place now. We're seeing a lot of static media like magazine ads, newspaper ads, are now carrying these things we're calling QR codes, or 2D codes that you can scan with your phone. And what it does is it links you to a whole bunch of new content. So you can get video content, you can go to websites. So this ad in a magazine all of a sudden really becomes a bit of a virtual storefront. So that's a great thing. We're seeing other things like Facebook commerce. You may be seeing, if you're a Facebook user, you're seeing things like your friend is reading a book or your friend is listening to a particular song. We're going to see more and more ability to actually buy that digital content directly through Facebook, so right from the app. And it's really just a small jump over to non-digital content. Once you start buying songs, why can't I buy a gym membership? Why can't I buy a vacation? So we're going to see Facebook moving in that direction for sure.
Growth in the smartphone area as well, and retailers are really starting to tap into that popularity.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we're hearing a lot about, as more and more people are adopting smartphone technology, what we're hearing a lot about is mobile payment. Right? This far-off place where all of a sudden we don't need a wallet. We just pull out our phone and we can pay for everything and keep track of our rewards. And what we saw in 2011, near the end of the year, was Starbucks rolled out a brand new app. This is this. Starbucks rolled out a brand new app that can be used on your mobile device, and it basically becomes a virtual payment card. And so you can load the app with any other credit card that you have, and you walk into Starbucks and you order what you want, and then when you want to pay, you just turn over your card, they scan it, and you have paid. And now I can check my rewards, I can see, how many gold stars I've earned and how many more I need for a free coffee.
And this is all with your phone?
All with your phone. Yeah. So I think in 2012, we're going to see more retailers taking that initial step and kind of bridging this gap towards allowing consumers to use their mobile phone as a wallet.
It is unbelievable. Doug Stevens, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.